being a pigeon.
She's a Central Park pigeon lady.
Put the pigeons on trial.
I don't want to be a pigeon.
You are the biggest pigeon ever. Darling, go Google my name. Naomi Wish. Giselle Wish.
Virtual reality.
Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
And I'm Evan Real.
And the girls are back in town, and they are fighting more than pigeons fighting over pretzels at Central Park. Because, I don't know what, pigeons are now cast members of RHONY, and I don't hate it.
Pigeons everywhere.
Well, I kind of love it. It was very much an artful use of the New York City icon that is there were pigeons everywhere, and I think from what it looks like, I feel like Uba has coined this term because it looks like she's the one who was throwing that big old pigeon party, which, by the way, I don't know if a pigeon is a good thing, if it's a diss, but the party looked beautiful, and I would love to be called a pigeon just to get an invite to the party.
Party looked beautiful. My entire TikTok feed is talking about how we have failed pigeons as a society because we used to depend on them, and now we think they're dirty when they used to be the people like sending our messages. We would they used to be like pets for people. Like pigeons are chic when you see them.
Wait, that's actually such a good point.
And like they always gonna look like gasoline, like shimmering.
Shimmering. Let's not. If you're trying to like speak positive, like let's not use gasoline.
How do you drive a car with gasoline?
That's true. Pigeons are so necessary.
Also, Carrie Bradshaw's like iconic pigeon clutch.
Breathe.
Yeah, very cute.
So it's really tying all in, but I don't know if pigeon is a good thing like we're saying for the RHONY ladies.
Well, because there was a voiceover, if you heard somewhere, I think it's Brynn saying she's the pigeon lady of Central Park. So I don't know who the pigeon lady of Central Park is. I wonder if it's because obviously we know, as we've seen in the trailer, that Uba and Brynn go at it over a number of things, it seems. So I'm sure the two of them are calling each other pigeons, not derogatory.
Oh, 100%. Because we were also, before we started recording, being like, how did they end it last year? And I forgot that they didn't have a great time at the reunion. Well, Uba came in Uba hot to the reunion. And I don't know if that is lingering energy for Brynn or if something else set them off. Because there was the whole drama of like Brynn accidentally spilling the Mr. Connecticut beans that I think now are pretty public beans.
Yeah, very public beans. Yeah, I'm sure that there definitely was some tension lingering from last year's reunion because, like you said, Uba came in so super Uba fire hot, which we love. We love our Uba sweet, but we also love her spicy. But I think Brynn wasn't expecting to receive so much heat from Uba, and I think that if Brynn receives heat, she's going to give it right back extra hot.
This is what I love about Brynn. Because I feel like, because you know how it's like, people always say treat others the way you want to be treated?
Yeah.
I always say treat people like they treat you. You want to be nice? Be nice.
That's
if you
very
want
true.
to be mean, I'll be mean. Okay.
Yeah, she loves some reciprocation,
Yes.
it seems.
Wait, so, and we have to unpack a few of the things Brynn said. The first one, I feel you know more about this topic than me. Dress barn.
You're delusional. You model for Dress Barn.
And not because you shop there, but that face. Don't show Uba that face.
What?
Don't show Uba that face.
What? Okay.
Don't show Naomi Campbell that face. Don't show Giselle that face. Because you share with the class what you learned from Ashley Graham's book.
Okay, so I love Ashley Graham so much. I read her little memoir. It was very, very interesting. I am forgetting the title of it right now, but
Because you were too busy diving right in.
Yeah, I loved it. One of the things that I learned from Miss Ashley Graham is obviously she's done some modeling editorial for, Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, all those things, but she did a lot of catalog work, and what she was explaining is that the dress barns and the catalogs and the JCPenney's and that kind of stuff, that's what actually pays the bills. Like, it pays a lot of money. That's the most lucrative modeling gig you can get.
So do you think it's correct that those could pay, the day rate could easily cover 6 months of a cheap no-view apartment rental?
Possibly. I mean, according to Uba, if y'all didn't see, Uba clapped the hell back at Brynn on social media. That is what she said. She said that her dress barn checks could cover.
Now, we love the shade back and forth. From what I've seen of Brynn's apartment, I think that rent's expensive.
Wait, I watched the house tour, Danny.
At
first we see the bed and the living room area that was sort of conjoined, and I was like, wow, this is
which also
the cutest, chicest studio I've ever seen.
I can see my TV from my bed.
Twas not a studio.
Because that's the size of my apartment, her bedroom.
Like it was not a studio whatsoever. Like we went from room to room to room to room. It was so big. It was so beautiful. Truly a palace.
I would always entertain even when I could fit like maybe 5 people in my apartment. I'd fit 20. So in this apartment, I fit like 50 people in it.
I know that Dress Barn probably pays a lot, and I'm so happy for Uba and her modeling bag, but I don't know if we could say that. I don't know. I feel like it was kind of a sin to trash Bryn's apartment because it's so beautiful. I could only dream, wish, hope, and
also,
pray.
we don't know what the view is, but she does the wallpaper. The wallpaper's a gorgeous view.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Trashing Bryn's gorgeous apartment is as sacrilegious to me as Bryn trashing Nordstrom Rack.
Rebecca Minkoff. I don't know if you've ever heard of her.
I don't know.
If you were just at Nordstrom Rack, you probably saw her stuff.
Now, I love housewife shade, and I love some fun, but what I love more? Racks on racks on racks. Nordstrom Rack, to me, it's my second home. That's what, if I did a house tour for Architectural Digest, I'd be like, so over here's shoes, there's bags, hi Rebecca, there's like pants. Like, I love Nordstrom Rack, and I think Bryn does too, but she just like saw the moment and had to jump for it.
It was just, you were saying racks on racks. She was saying facts on facts. You can find Rebecca Minkoff bags at Nordstrom Rack, but you could also find it at her New York City boutiques. It's okay. She's worldwide. She did say in the trailer that she built $1 million company, or $100 million company. What did you think of Rebecca making an appearance? Honestly, what we saw was Sai saying on Jeff Lewis Live that she's boring. She's not giving boring to me.
She's not giving boring. Well, one funny thing, I feel Bryn's handsome brother didn't understand the shade at all.
Oh yeah, he was a little confused.
He was with the basketball. He's like, Nordstrom. He's like, what is that? I feel Rebecca is like bringing some fun energy to this. And like, I love too, where it's a name we know, but we're seeing her in a different, it's kind of like how Jenna and Raquel too, like we're getting a lot of these names in the mix. And I like her going back and forth with Aaron a little bit about the business. So you could see she's getting a little heated. I wonder if the Sai hot mic moment is going to play into some of the drama this season.
I mean,
I know Jeff Lewis hopes so.
Yeah.
I know Jeff Lewis does.
I really hope it does. I feel like that could add some interesting texture to the Housewives franchise. It would be very much a clear break of the fourth wall, but we've been breaking the fourth wall left and right on these shows, so let's just go on and break it. And maybe that is what ultimately activated Rebecca, because we see her, I think she's with Jessel at the playing tennis or something.
You f***ing told her? What did you say?
I think you're right.
Jessel's like, oops, I told people something, and it's maybe the pregnancy thing.
And Rebecca's not happy that she told people about this, what seems to be a mysterious pregnancy. I don't think Rebecca Minkoff was pregnant during filming. Who is pregnant?
Who's pregnant? And I could also see what I could also imagine, because there's so many levels of this kid, because we don't think any of those, they're hiding it well if they're pregnant. This could be something as like silly as what I'm picturing potentially. Hear me out. Like Rebecca Minkoff is doing like a campaign with one of her purses with like a celeb. And like, remember, was it that? Because when Cardi B didn't announce her pregnancy yet, but someone who was Julia Fox's co-host, hear me out, on her podcast was like a guest on the Wendy, or like sitting in the Wendy Williams studio, and was like, oh no, she's pregnant. I heard about it on a photo shoot. So I could see if Rebecca, say, was with some celeb and was like, oh, she's pregnant, and Jessel told everybody.
Watch, it's Lindsay Hubbard is who they're talking about.
Could you imagine?
I actually could. She mixes and mingles with those New York City girls.
Because I'm feeling it has to be something so removed from the girls, but like high level enough where someone could get annoyed. Because you know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, speaking of getting annoyed, it seems like Aaron and Bryn are kind of getting annoyed. We saw this like sort of confrontation situation.
Staten Island?
There was like, it's like, I'm not from Staten Island. I'm a city person. But then,
and she hits her with like, okay, like kind of like, okay, Jackie, your favorite line from Dolores.
Yeah, it was very okay, Jackie coded. But then like in that same sit down, which played elsewhere in the trailer, they were talking, Aaron was opening up about how something is breaking her, which I'm assuming is the tension we're seeing with her and Abe, where she's accusing Abe of lying, saying that's f***ed up.
I also think I saw on her bio for this season, someone in her family is sick, so I feel she's having a lot of family stuff thrown at her.
Right.
In the middle of a move, and you just move, so it's hard. Tensions are rising. I feel like if I was sitting on your couch during the move, you would have yelled at me about where you're like city girl, Staten Island type thing. So it's a lot going on for Aaron.
Oh, 100%. I was watching my husband put together IKEA furniture last night, and I thought we were going to get a divorce.
And you're like, you're a liar. He's like,
no, that was him to me because I don't help with IKEA furniture.
wait, who do you think, who is your MVP of the trailer?
Ooh, my MVP. Maybe Bran. I just thought she like
Bryn brings it.
she really did bring it. I'm also really interested to see what the whole situation is about. You said I suck dick for a job or something like that, which I think that it's going to be interesting to see Bran lean into that territory because I feel like that even was sort of a thing last season. Like, what
By
do you
the
do?
fans, yeah.
Yeah, like what do you do? How do you afford your life? Like. So I'll be interested to hear her side of that and for her to like hit back at I guess whatever's floating around on the internet or now seemingly among her castmates. Like who was talking about she's sucking for a job? I feel like it was probably Uba.
I mean, dress bar. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So that'll be interesting to see.
I know. I am very curious about that.
Who was your MVP?
You know what, Bryn, really, I did love Bryn bringing it, but you know what I do want to give a shout out to?
Who?
Jenna Lyons, I feel, is seemingly more in the mix because after Bryn said she was the MVP of the season, her and Erin, I was kind of like, okay, what? And I thought, because Bryn just likes to flirt with Jenna, so I thought they were just having a fun back and forth. She's opening up about the ring, how she, kind of not fancies, but is into one of the newbies. And I think we're getting to see a little bit more of Jenna now that she understands the ropes of RHONY.
Yeah, she seems more comfortable for sure. And it'll be interesting to see her relationship with Raquel, who's a new girl. She's talking about Raquel is hot, but I think she's engaged to another woman. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on there. I also can't wait to, again, bringing it back to Bryn, as I have been throughout this entire conversation, when Bryn is at the table like, lesbians.
Oh, I want to get in that. I'm mad there's not a BravoCon because I would be leading the lesbian chant. And also bring it back. I just am excited to see Jenna's apartment again because that is now if Uba came for that apartment.
Oh, I know.
I don't know if Dress Barn could cover that apartment.
Yeah, that is a beautiful apartment. Everyone on the show has a beautiful apartment. We should not be speaking poorly of anyone.
Or I would invite them all to look at my apartment.
Yeah.
Come to Hoboken, New Jersey and see a studio apartment and they'd be like, let's all make amends.
Oh my God.
They would make so many amends. So while that season is coming soon, not soon enough, but soon in the world, we did say goodbye to Jersey this week. We don't know what we're going to say hi to in the Garden State coming up, but I'm glad we had some time to chat with Rachel Fuda, who let us know some and then know some.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear Rachel's reflection on this off the rails situation, the reunion replacement. I gotta say, I'll just admit it, I was a little underwhelmed by the finale. Because I feel like it was hyped up so much, and then it was just like, oh, okay, so like she threw a glass, she lunged at her, and then Dolores said bye to everybody. It just really wasn't that crazy. But it was really interesting to see the girls watch it in separate rooms and have their different reactions. And then it was really interesting to talk to Rachel, who had reactions to some of the reactions she wasn't privy to during the taping because she was in a separate room. So she cleared up a few things.
My favorite is she's like, no offense to Danielle Cabral, but my hair's not cheap. So I loved her clearing up the air about that.
First of all, your hair looks
If there are two things that I am definitely not, it is cheap and I have amazing hair. So that I can't even believe that. Like, what?
Okay, so now that the dust has settled a little bit, what direction do you see the show going in? Because I mentioned to Rachel, and I feel like it's just obvious, it's going to go one of three ways. It's like the Teresa side, the Melissa side, or a whole new reboot. And I imagine if they keep the Teresa side or they keep the Melissa side,
there's gonna be new people.
There's gonna be new people added. So what do you think is gonna happen? / what do you want to happen?
Well, I feel just looking at it, there's like so many. There was like 6 girls in one room and 3 to 4 in the other. So like, in terms of like more
that's a great
bodies,
point. Yeah.
There's one that could pick up cameras a little bit sooner. It's a hard thing. Like, I was gonna say all those girls really do get along, but I guess Rachel and Jen Fessler just made up that day, and so did Danielle and Jen Fessler. So they could have some tensions rise, and if with the
but then that works because you still need tension and drama.
Yeah, so I think because I was gonna say would they be too harmonious, but no, I think they really could get into some drama situation with Dolores over there and some like new people full in the mix. How about you?
I think so too. I mean, I have to agree with like what Matt Rogers was saying on Watch What Happens Live. It's not that I'm not anti-Teresa by any means, but now with like the added context of what you just said, which I think is a really great point, is like there's more people in that room. Yeah. So it's a more well-rounded cast, and I think we saw the way Dolores got so angry at Marge. We saw the way that there was tension between Fessler and Rachel this season. Like, it's a more copacetic group, but it's not a group that's free of drama. I think it would still be interesting to sort of get into, because obviously Housewives need the drama. It can't just be about, you know.
Honestly, I would watch a Teresa spinoff.
You would watch a Teresa spinoff?
I have questions that need answers.
Like about what happened during that whole freaking deleted scene, which we asked Rachel about it, and she was like, "There's really not a lot of tea there." I've been asking around.
I love that she's like, "No, I'm curious."
She was like, "As Bravo lover 1, 2, 3, 4, I was trying to figure this out." Danny and I need to talk to you and get your theories on this. I guess it was a deleted scene, because in the trailer we saw that they were talking about Teresa and Louis' finances. Then there was this scene where Teresa and Louis were having some sort of conflict in front of their house with the producer. It didn't play in the season. I don't know if we're saving it for a Secrets Revealed, but do you have any thoughts or theories about that situation? I know your girl Danielle was sort of tapped in with Teresa during filming. Did she have anything to say about it?
Danielle never really divulged in anything. She is, I will say, she's a stand-up woman. She really is. Like, she's not the kind of person that's going to start divulging in someone's information. And I would never even put her in a situation to ask. I would never. But I don't know what that scene is. I've asked around. And unfortunately, there's really no tea there. Like, it doesn't sound like it was really as big of a thing as maybe it had seemed. And there's also like a lot of legalities to things, you know, so there's that too. But I don't know. And to be quite honest with you, their financials are not my problem. Thank God.
Yeah, she didn't come back with much. So I wonder, maybe she did mention that there's like legalities and stuff. So maybe there was a sort of like threat from James Leonard, or that got involved. It could have been that, or it just could have been that it was just not that interesting.
Is there anybody from past Jersey seasons you would bring back with the mix, or no?
Ooh, I mean, I don't know. I feel like with the recent Kathy appearance on Watch What Happens Live, that got me excited for a second, because she was like shading Melissa. So if you keep the Melissa side of the spectrum,
she needs some Kathy.
Then Kathy can come and fight with her.
Oh, okay, there we go. And Jacqueline Laurita would fight with her too.
Oh, yeah.
Melissa's like, thanks, guys.
But then the thing is, like, when you have Melissa and Danielle and Rachel Fuda and Dolores, and something about Kathy,
they don't fit in the same,
like, aesthetically,
canonically,
doesn't fit for me. And that's no shade. She just seems like
she has
she sees Uba in the catalog. She's manually ordering.
She's like, no, hello, can I order A23?
Wait, Kathy is a phenomenal woman, and I thought you looked amazing watching.
And again, there's nothing wrong with Dress Barn.
There's nothing wrong with Dress. My mom loved Dress Barn. Back in the 90s, she was getting her little career dresses together, putting on the kitten heels and her hose. You know?
Yeah, she had hose in different area codes. She ordered on Dress Barn. No.
Did your mom wear Dress Barn?
No. And that's no. So, Bryn, hang out with my mom, but she shops at Nordstrom Rack. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Wait, what were we talking? How did we get back to Dress Barn?
This is why we can't add other Jersey ladies back in the mix, because we'd be off the rails. We'd be off the rails recovering every week. So I do think they just need to mix and mingle with some new younger Jersey ladies.
Yeah, true.
And then we could have some fun new insults. Like, you know.
I need, like, instead of a posh fashion show,
just Dress Barn?
a Dress Barn fashion show. Who can bring that to New Jersey? That's who we need on the show.
Wow.
If it's
my head went somewhere. I'm like, oh yeah.
If it's Kathy, come on.
And then they could squash the beat at BravoCon next year. Kathy's like, I heard you got a lot of shit to say about Dress Barn, Bryn. Imagine Kathy
but they're wearing Dress Barn
with 85 cannolis.
I'm sorry. Yes, I can imagine that, and I would really love to see it.
I would like to see that. Okay, well, we gotta go.
We gotta go. Let us know how you feel about Dress Barn in the comments.
Bryn, we're looking up for your answer.